here we go now with playing along with the backing track, and I'm going to show you what I do later on with my left hand and how to get in sync with the backing track. Here we go. STELLA by Starlight. Now I'm going to apply some of these things that are in my book and show you how I'm using these voicings in my left hand. Rootless voicings. In other words, I'm going to be showing you root position and how you position it in the first inversion. So that's E minor, or you can do E minor 7 flat 5. So now when I invert it, I'm putting the 9th in there. So. And then it's very easy to go to the A7 with a flat 9 and a 13 just by moving one note like there. Then I go to the third inversion of a C minor 9 there. Now it's there, so I'm just using part of the chord. And then the F13 like that. See, so these rootless voicings are the hip sound. This is the sound you want to get with these, you know, if you want a modern sound. Now there's the F minor 9. You see I'm adding there, I'm adding an 11th there, actually. Minor 3rd, 4th there, 11, 7, 9. Now when I get to here, you say, well, what are you going to do with the chord in left hand? Well, now I play it in the right, you see. I get down there, well, I just play the bass note. I put the chord in on the right hand. So, yeah, so when you're down in the lower register like this, below, you know, below middle C, here's middle C, it's nice to just double the melody in the left hand. Don't do too much in the left hand. Like that, see, you see? Doubling in the left hand here. See, now these voicings here, like that's an A minor 7 flat 5, then here. See, that, just that alone, when I'm adding those harmony notes in the right hand, I'm adding, let's look at it, it's a D chord, right? The bass player is playing the D, so I don't need the D, but I got the 3rd, I got the 7th, then I got the flat 9, I've got the sharp 11, and I've got the D, that's a flat 13, right? Yeah, so there's a 13, there's a flat 13, or augmented 5th, and that's the melody note. See, so what you're trying to do is you're trying to add as many color tones as possible into the chord before it becomes ridiculous. In other words, where it sounds really pretty and beautiful, you want to get that. I could do this even, and it still sounds good. See, I'm putting these. I'm putting that in there. The 9th, you see. With this one I did this. So I'm just moving parallel motion. Those are 4th voicings. You see now there's augmented 4th, there's a 4th, there's a 4th, there's a 3rd. So they're basically 4ths, and then you can move them chromatically like this. So you want to practice those kind of voicings, moving them in that kind of motion. That's a very modern sound. And then now a full rich sound here. Root 7th, 10th, flat 5, 7, 9, 11. There's your sharp 11. So you want to see that you can get these voicings not only just in the left hand as voicings there, as rootless voicing, but you can get them as full spread voicing. These are spreads now. My book can really help you to understand how to play these left hand voicings, because first I talk about, in this chapter 16 in book 2, I talk about your root position and inversions. And here you have 2-5-1s. You go through the 2-5-1 progressions in root positions. Next step will be taking them to the first inversion and adding the 9th. Now in the next chapter you get the rootless voicings in the 2-5-1 progression in first inversion. So you drop the root and you add the 9th on the top, and you go through the cycle of fifths. So here you have it. Now you have it in second inversion, first inversion, second inversion, and then you'll have it in third inversion. So the A form, we call the A form first inversion. We call the third inversion the B form. I'm going to show you that now. Here's the third inversion. This is the B form. This is a Mohegan concept, but it basically means that you're inverting the chord now, so the 7th is on the bottom of the chord, and then you can add the 9th and the 13th on the top. So you're getting more color tones into the chord, and that's basically what I'm doing. I'm using mostly a combination of first inversion and third inversion, and then some first inversions, some second inversions occasionally, but mostly first inversion and third inversion, which are the A form and the B form. These are essential to learn if you want to play modern concept modern jazz concepts in your left hand for playing with in a trio. So now the way I've set up my book is you always have an example, you have an exercise, you have the theory, plus you have an application of the theory and the example in an actual song that is practical to learn. This is Our Love Is Here to Stay by George Gershwin. So here you have the rootless voicings in the left hand applied to a song that you want to learn to play. So that's how I've laid it out. Signing off from the Jazz Ranch. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I want to give you a little shout out on my book. This is my book called Jazz Piano Methods and Songbook for Professional Playing. I've sold thousands of copies. I have a special sale going on right now. If you buy my book, you'll get my 140-page appendix of exercises for free. All you have to do is order my book through my website and then write to me, and my email address is below, and I will send that to you directly to your email. So please check out the videos I've made on both books so you can see everything that's inside them. Where can you go and see a complete inside of a book on a video? Only here at the Jazz Ranch. So thanks for tuning in today. Please give me a comment. I love to hear from you. I always answer all comments. You'll see that I do answer all comments if you give me enough time. And until next time, in the words of my great friend upstairs, Hermie Dressel, I'll say, swing loose. We'll see you next time around. Be cool. Bye-bye.